Good afternoon, morning, day, and night, and welcome everyone to the Loaded Potato Podcast. I'm your beautiful host for this week, Ivan, of course, in all my glory. And today I am joined by BLM member Brandon.
I'm fighting for someone else's cause. That makes me a good person.
Yeah. And non-gamer hater Axel.
Yep. We gamer.
Just gamer.
Gamer.
You got that T-Pain.
Yeah.
We gamers. We gaming.
Yep.
Yeah. So how's everyone doing this week?
I'm warming up. That's for sure.
It's been a week.
Winter's gone.
Surprisingly.
Winter's gone. I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah. It's been gone for like the past month. So
Nah. Well, when we say winter's gone, it's like 36 out right now. So
that's warm.
it is warm. And it seems like it's going to be into the 30s and 40s from now on. I don't think we're going to get any colder.
Nope.
So sad. So sad. Actually, I have a question about that. Brandon, how many times have you seen the aurora this winter?
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Were they good? I'm trying to remember the times you've seen them. No? Did you miss all the amazing... Oh, yeah, because you weren't here for New Year's.
Yeah, I wasn't here. I was back home.
Dude, and that was like the best aurora I've seen since being up here.
Yeah, I know the first auroras you guys had forced me to go see. It was like midnight, and then y'all kept calling me. And then I woke up, and then we walked down the road a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude,
I
I've seen it. Yeah, no, I've seen it too many to count this year. Mainly because when I wake up or whatever, I always take dog out, and I just remember like seeing it at least like 5 times throughout this winter. Just me outside, half asleep or whatever, taking dog out. He's taking a shit. I'm just like, something's up moving in the sky, and it's like the aurora. I'm like, huh. I don't know why. I just thought it was just so fun. Dog's taking a shit. I'm like barely awake. The magnificent aurora is just up there.
Exactly.
It's so funny. But yeah, okay. So we gotta find you gotta see it at least one more time, and hopefully it being good.
I'm not too worried.
I am, because that shit's amazing.
It's not like I have other years to look at it as well, and other months of the year.
You don't see it now, you won't see it ever. You're gonna die.
I've technically already seen it, so the steam is
yeah,
relevant.
I know. I don't know. New Year's was so fucking awesome, dude.
I'll be
see it
here
one of these days.
I'll be here for 2026's New Year's.
On Jaw?
I mean, yeah. I'll be here.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. I love it. It's so good. Watch us not have a good aurora for New Year's. That was funny.
I mean, we didn't have a decent winter, so this is like my first full winter, and it's like,
yeah, it's not even a winter.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Iditarod's not even happening here. It's happening in Fairbanks because of no snow.
Yeah, they literally had a fucking bring truckloads of snow downtown so they can do the openings, the ceremonial start.
No, I think they do that anyway. Because they did that last year, even with the snow.
But in that context, it was still funny, just because there was literally no snow, like within like a several mile radius, and then there's just piles of snow in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. And what else was I going to say?
Well, you already said that Iditarod had already been moved. And
no. I guess one good thing, because there was another Alaska thing. I don't know if we said this, but the car launch is happening again this year.
Yeah.
That's because previously it was kind of up in the air whether or not it was going to happen, because the river where, the area that we sit, the river was eroding too much of the land. So I wonder if it's still going to be good I don't know if they fixed the land issue, but we might still have a good bit. Unless they fixed it. Unless they filled in the land.
I don't know.
Because I think that's what they said they were going to do.
I would be surprised if they did. So,
Yeah.
but still, I'm
don't
so
know.
excited to go again this year.
Oh, me too, dude. It's such a good time.
We had so much fun last time too, and we could pretty much do exactly what we did last year. Wake up at like the ass crack of dawn, realize we got there way too fucking early, but still just hang out anyways.
Hey, we were like what, 5th in line?
Yeah, we were.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
We got good seats.
yeah, we did. Holy fuck, there was a lot of people there.
And I think it's only going to get more and more popular.
Yo, yeah, for sure.
So,
'Cause-
hint, Axel, you should come up for the car launch, hint.
Yeah.
I mean, your
Yeah.
sister's already coming, so
Oh, yeah. I think all 3 of them are coming up. So they're going to experience it. Axel, you got to come up too.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
you got to dangle like a shitty game review in front of his face, like, "Come here, boy, you got to come now."
Think of all the Pokemon Go you could play. I don't know.
Oh my god, dude.
Pokemon Go to the polls. Do you even play that game?
No, fuck no, dude.
No.
Never played it.
I
I
think
didn't,
you would.
I didn't even play it when it was super popular and that whole craze was there.
I played it. I played it when it first came out. Then didn't touch it like after like the first month, just because of like everything was still new and all the Pokestops were like so far away from each other.
Mhm.
But then once I started working at Sam's Club, there was like 2 gyms like connected to each other, like in that lot with Walmart. So it was a lot easier to just go in, collect free shit, and put your shit in there and get free XP.
Ooh, shit.
Especially with all the free walking you do. So you can pretty much just a lot of it was free. So, but I haven't touched it since. But
Yeah, I don't play that shit.
it's neither here nor there. So I still remember like all the fucking like when the game first came out back in 2016, there was people like going around like hurting other people because they weren't in the right team.
Yeah, I was the red team. I don't know what that is.
I forget what it is. I think it was Valor, whatever.
Yeah, I just like red.
I did the blue one because I enjoyed the Articuno growing up and then like playing Minecraft modded Pokemon.
Color red.
Yes. Piss baby yellow people over there.
Huh?
There's the third team. It was yellow. So
Oh. Yeah. Fuck them. Yellow's such a bad color.
yeah, it's such a bright color. Can't see shit when looking at it.
Wait, why do
But
people
no,
say that the yellow was the color piss? Mine was red. Like, well, what?
Your period blood.
My piss is red. Is that normal? Is that not normal?
I don't know. You should get that checked out. Maybe not. Keep doing it. You probably die soon. It'll be fun.
Thank you. Hopefully. But
Well, there's a lot of fun gaming things coming up. I was just telling Ivan and Axel, well, mainly Ivan, that Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out with new subclasses like for every single class. But the ones that they've only announced 4 of them at the moment. They're announcing them in like, because there's 12 classes in total. They're announcing them 4 at a time. But the one that I thought was pretty cool is that they're bardic subclass called the College of Glamour, which is an inspiration from the current one of the current subclasses from the Bard. I forget which one it's directly trying to not copy paste but take inspiration from. Because I enjoyed playing the Bard in Baldur's Gate. It's actually pretty funny. Just like you can strum a nice tune and just hit people with your loot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my first playthrough is a bard. I think I literally made
Rock.
Rock. Yeah, Carl Rock, the character in D&D.
But I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yep.
Excuse me. Which is even more exciting that soon to come. I know Ivan and I and John are excited for the crossplay compatibility once that gets because right now it's in the stress test phase before they actually release it.
Yeah, when that happens, I will probably play Baldur's Gate again. I kind of stopped because I had so many other games I was getting into. But yeah. But yeah, I kind of just deleted it off my computer because it's like 150 gigs, and I wasn't playing it because, like I said, I was playing my other games. So maybe I'll re-download it then. But still, dude, it's fucking huge. It's a good game, but
there's a lot of potential in that game, though.
Yeah, it would be nice being able to play. But I mean, funny enough, it wouldn't really matter because by the time that is like stably released, he's probably going to have it on. Actually, well, he would have to buy it. But I was going to say John would have his PC. So it kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, either way, we're still waiting on John anyways, so.
Yeah, you hear that, John? If you're watching, you're the problem.
Exactly.
It's all your fault.
You leave us for 2 weeks, and our D&D plans are already falling through.
Yeah. Is it 2 weeks? I thought it was like 3.
That's 2. Maybe like 2.5.
Yeah.
I think he's getting back. What is it? I think he's getting back the 7th or the 10th.
I think it's the 9th.
Yeah, because I know you're grabbing him. So
yeah, I don't know. Let's just dox John real quick. So here's his coordinates.
Here's his itinerary for the day.
Yep. Here's everything that he's doing right now. By the time this comes out, so you can stalk him.
Live footage tracking the camera, the drone.
Axel just puts on some fucking like Google Maps, like tracking like this is where he's at on the screen right now.
Currently.
Mm-hmm.
This map updates every 2 minutes. But back on the D&D subject, Ivan and I were like perusing D&D Beyond, and what D&D Beyond's starting to implement is
so good.
It's so good. It's still in the beta phase, but D&D Beyond's going to basically turn into basically a better Roll20. If you guys don't know what Roll20 is, it's pretty much the software, I think the most popular software to use if you want to do online campaigns or have like a visuals if you don't do the tabletop minis.
Yeah,
because it'll have like the maps and tokens.
It's better because it's not really software. It's web based.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So as long as you have a browser, you can play D&D remotely with other people, and it's really fucking cool. I've been using it for years now.
But as of recently, D&D Beyond came out with their version called Maps. It's only exclusively for their master tier in their subscription service.
Yeah, their most expensive subscription. What idiot would buy that?
It's not bad. It's $50 a year, so
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so Ivan got the master subscription. I'll eventually get it whenever I start campaigning. And we were testing it out. So all you got to do is pretty much open up the browser of maps and just select which campaign, because you can buy all the adventures off D&D Beyond, get everything, and then it'll just be there for you.
Yep, and then you'll have all the NPCs, you'll have all the characters that it comes with. But right now it's very bare bones. It's more like it's a good visual for like combat.
Yeah,
and well, no, you could do the maps too. Yeah, but there's not much other than that. And plus, when it comes to with combat, it ties in with whoever joins the session with their D&D stuff like this, so they can like use their phone or the computer or whatever, and like they can roll. And I think it was kind of a bit buggy where sometimes it would show up your rolls.
I know the one thing we were looking at.
Yeah, but it was just really cool that
the nice thing is. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say like it's a cool thing because people who join with their D&D Beyond account, whatever, and if they're using their character for that campaign, like they just show up and their tokens can come down, and it's such a good ecosystem. It's like the Apple of D&D.
Yeah. The nice thing is too is that I don't know if it's going to pick up properly, but right there, if it's not blurry enough, that this character is tied to a campaign that we play tested. So it basically tells you like, okay, this character is part of this campaign, and they even show up in the characters like bar too, because the DM can open up our character sheets and see like if we're lying or not about our characters.
Yeah.
Or it'd be like, okay, here's a visual representation of their character. They have a past perception of whatever. I can basically just click in, look at that.
Yeah. It's a way so you can look at what their their numbers is for their stats, which is really nice. But it's kind of still a bit rough. Because I think the main thing for me personally, like the most important thing, is players not being able to move the tokens on screen.
Yeah.
And well, they can't move like the enemies, like the NPCs, the mobs and that kind of stuff, but they can move their token, which I know some DMs are like kind of like, okay, you can do that, but I don't. I like to move for you. Just so like we can,
for the purposes of what we do, we play in person, and then we have it like on the TV anyways. So there's no way for us to even touch it.
Yeah, that too. But and also another big thing is that the tokens, they don't snap onto the grid. They're just free moving, which is not the biggest thing. But for one, it just looks more sloppy when it comes to just placing tokens around. And I don't know, it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, but I think
other than that, it's good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, the combat thing of it, like how it pops up on top or whatever, and it's such a good visual.
So like back onto Baldur's Gate. If anyone's ever played Baldur's Gate or any Larian Studios like Divinity,
yeah,
they'll show like the character's image on top, and then like who's next in the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can color code all your enemies, and they'll have like a sub color bar under their image, so you know which enemy is which is very nice.
Yeah. Oh, I guess another criticism that I would give for the D&D Beyond map thing is they give you, when you're using the turn order as a DM, you can go back in the turn order. Like, of course, you should be able to. But this might be just a quality of life thing, but when you go back, I kind of wish it would remember like everyone's position for it. So like when you go back, it moves the tokens back. It's
a Control Z. That's all we want it to be.
Yeah. If they can do something like that, because I think that's the biggest thing that Roll20 still doesn't even have. But if you do that, dude, it's fucking game changing.
I think all we need to do is just because like we said, this is still in like beta phase, or beta phase. So we should go on their post section, just put in the comments, be like, okay, here's what we would like to see.
Yeah,
and just go from there.
In Roll20's defense, they are a shit ton more modular. Like you can connect Roll20 with an API and control things programmatically. There's so many more macros that you can create, custom things that you can do to make Roll20 fit just anything that you're doing.
But because you know how interactive our D&D character sheets are on D&D Beyond, because you can just click on each number and it'll roll. I can click my initiative order, I can click my attack rolls, and it'll still pop up in the map, like in the chat bar for the DM, for everyone to see.
Yep.
So it's still similar in a way, but it's not like an on-screen button you don't have to worry about. It's literally you just let's say if you have two monitors, maps on this one, character sheets on this one. Click it over here. It's
so funny enough. I might, because when we're done with John's campaign, I'm gonna be the DM for doing a new campaign. And I'm really tempted to make it an only D&D Beyond campaign. Like requiring everyone to have their characters in D&D Beyond and then joining the session.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of that?
I mean, I have no issue with that because it'll make things a lot easier. I mean, some things will be a little bit more like tedious to worry about is like the inventory stuff, but it's a lot simpler to have inventory and put it in.
You can do custom stuff.
I think the only thing I have some issues with is that, let's say for whatever reason, there are certain items in the campaign that that you can't get unless you buy like the source book for that. Because I know there was stuff you can't access, but I was looking into the content sharing thing.
Yeah, I was about to say I have that enabled.
Yeah, so I don't know how that'll transfer.
Yeah,
it's the small things I'm thinking about. It's like because I have things. I have different source books in my thing that I have access to. Because remember, my character using Silvery Barbs. That's a spell you guys don't have because it's part of a different source book.
Yeah, I think. I wonder. No, so actually, because you're paying for D&D Beyond, I think you can actually share stuff with people.
Yeah.
So in that case, you would probably just share it like with me, just specifically the DMs, just so I can have access to it, so I can look it up and stuff.
Yeah,
because I don't have that source book.
That's just me with my brains at least. But everything else is completely fine. Personally, for me, I would need a little tablet rather than just having it on my phone, so I can just prop up the tablet and have it like that.
Yeah.
Just so it's a little bit bigger on my end. Like to get like a Kindle sized tablet, like for like $100.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say the tablet that I got Holly not too long ago. That's perfect. And then Lance, he has like a similar tablet too. It is nice having D&D Beyond on that.
Yeah.
So.
But I would not be opposed to just having everything solely on D&D Beyond. Because that's pretty much how Critical Role does it. They have their character sheet in front of them, and they primarily use D&D Beyond and like any other.
What about using your laptop?
Well, I can use my laptop. I like the simplicity of just having it, boom, right there, quick scroll, rather than having this. I don't want to take up too much space if we're doing that.
Yeah. I suppose.
It's my minor OCD kicking in.
Okay.
Because I can still roll our normal physical dice and just look at the screen.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason we figured our dice at the house, we can just roll online. That's the nice thing, because everything just ties in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I am liking the idea of just only having a fully D&D Beyond campaign. Yeah,
but I would still recommend just having your character sheet, boom, physical right there.
Yeah, well, the beauty, this is why I'm loving D&D Beyond so much more, is the beauty with it. You can, I think literally when you create a character, it gives you an option to turn into a PDF so you can print out. Yeah. And I have a printer. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do that, boom, we can print it. And then you have a physical sheet. Yeah, all I'm saying is once we start your campaign, I have some fucked ideas for characters. So, yeah, that's true because you never were officially part of the campaign. No, I wonder how you're going to do that. Are you going to introduce have the character old characters come back, or is it going to be entirely new characters? So my current, also sorry, Axel, we're just talking about D&D.
Oh no, you're good.
I mean, if you want to chime in with anything, or ask questions.
We'll get into stuff here in a second.
It was actually something similar to D&D I want to talk about soon, but it's all good.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all interesting, because eventually I'm going to be playing with you guys, and if you guys are finding more innovative and more easier ways to play, dude, it'd be super cool.
The beauty of this, because so much more ideas is exploding in my head now that I'm thinking about doing this only on D&D Beyond. The beauty of this is we can have literally any person remotely join the campaign. Mm-hmm. So for a session, Axel, if you wanted to join, we could squeeze you in and then just use D&D Beyond. And it's so nice.
You necessarily don't even need to even talk. You can just join like a voice call, be quiet the entire time, and just type in the chat whenever you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, it's cool. So awesome. But like I was saying, I think what I currently have, and of course this is going to change later, is I'm going to have it because it's a continuation of the previous one, which, by the way, I guess to announce, so the first campaign we did was the Lost Mines of Phandelver.
I think that's one of the most basic starter campaigns ever.
Yeah. Well, it used to be when you bought the starter kit, it came with that. I think they changed the campaign now, but back in the day, it used to be Lost Mines of Phandelver was the campaign that you got.
That's the campaign that you, I, and the people at Nine Line did when we did our little mini thing for the time being.
Yep. That's the one that we always started off at. And I finally finished it when we came here, started a new one with the people in this apartment complex, and then finally finished it. But I didn't know this. There's a continuation of the Lost Mines of Phandelver. It's called, what is it? Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk.
It's basically the Shattered Obelisk.
Yeah. Which, in hindsight, I should have just bought that instead of just Lost Mines, because it contains literally everything in the Lost Mines and the continuation. So...
But hindsight's only 2020. You technically just have it now. Just like
yeah. So
you can't get mad.
Yeah, I just bought the physical book of the Shattered Obelisk.
It's so fucking D&D Beyond's so fucking nice.
It's so fucking because you did the bundle of buying both because the digital is like $10.
You're paying $60 for the book. Technically, no, you're paying $50 for the book. And then you're paying $10 for the digital, which normally the digital is like $25 to $30. So all you're doing is just paying for the book, and it's essentially shipping.
Yeah, and it's so nice. I love D&D Beyond so much. So that should be here soon. I already have the digital, so I'm able to look at the stuff right now. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make it to where I'm gonna encourage people to use the previous characters because I mean it's a continuation. Why not? But if you want to create a new one, that's totally fine because the way that it ended off, people can literally just go on, do their own thing, and whoever wants to stay could stay. And
I was there for the finale, so
yeah. That's when you finally moved up here.
Yeah,
during the end of that, and I'm excited. I love D&D so much. It's so nice.
Yeah,
so fun.
All right. Well, then speaking of D&D, let me transition a little bit. So Ivan, I sent you. It's about video game. It's about video game D&D. So recently I talked to this.
Baldur's Gate.
No, we talked about me buying Squad and Arma, and me learning more about those games because that's what I tend to do when it comes to video games. And I knew I was right about Arma because Arma is not necessarily like it is a military simulator, but what the community has done to it. It's basically military D&D at this point, what Arma is now. And the things that you can do with Arma. So, Ivan, I sent you a video a while back. You probably didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah, no, those skeletons or whatever, like the weird-ass modding stuff that they did.
If you literally go to your DMs right now, just scroll up a bit, literally on the 20th, I sent you a video. So right after you send me a picture of your dog.
You did not send me a video.
Yeah, if you scroll up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
So that video, yeah. So that video taught me a lot about the community of Arma, or at least the modding side of the community of Arma, and like how detailed, like you can get into a session of Arma. So Arma, like initially, it allows you to create a level and then play through the level, and do all that kind of stuff. But the modding tools that they have implemented, like the devs themselves have implemented in Arma, basically allows you to be a DM live with your players. With up to, I think it's like 60 players, you can like customize what each loadout has, how the encounters play. Like it's insane. Like that video I showed you, like you gotta watch it. It's incredible. Of like how innovative like Arma is and how in depth it can be.
I do know a lot of stuff that you can do in Arma. So I don't think you know like how in depth. Well, because it didn't really interest me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like,
but
this
I
is
do
like
know all the stuff that you can do in it.
Insane. Like, you guys were very passionate about talking about this, the whole new, way you guys can do D&D. I recently learned about the Arma way, and that looks sick as fuck. Like,
the Arma way.
It's like, I'm blanking on it because it's been a couple of days since I watched the video, but the editor is called Zeus, and basically it allows you to interact with your players in game live while like interacting. You can like summon events. You can summon like, do a bunch of stuff. And like, because Arma is such a heavily modded game, like doing like the Halo events and like doing all that stuff, like the Warhammer events that you can do. Like, you can summon a fucking knight and then just start barreling through people. Or like, if it's just even a regular game, like a normal, like, modern day shooter, and like you're fighting zombies, you can spawn in a giant fucking tank and start blasting through your people and watch them like struggle.
Blasting.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I started blasting.
It looks so cool, and I'm like, I need to find one of these communities and join them, because one of these Arma events looks so much fun to play, and it looks fun to make as well. Because it just like in D&D, you craft your own story and your map, like, and how you want your guys to play through it. And it was a good quote, and when the video is like, Arma is not just a military sim anymore. It's literally like it's just a sandbox of what you can do, whatever. Because now with modding, there's you can change it to where you can have fantasy. Like, there was a video I watched where it was literally, you're in a Fey forest with fucking swords, and you're acting like knights, like full melee combat in Arma, just like swords and knights, no guns, no none. It was amazing.
So then I didn't start blasting.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah,
it's so awesome.
Well, so funny enough with the Arma thing, it's a blessing and a curse, because the reason why it got so popular in the modding stuff is because the Arma people neglected it.
Actually, that's not necessarily the truest of cases, because the reason why I say it's not super neglected is because at least the Arma devs keep up to date for like increasing the amount of tools the community has.
Yeah, but I mean, they're also squeezing everything that they can get out of in terms of like DLCs and stuff. Like, the devs aren't good, but
I think people care that much about that, though, for the most part.
Well,
because everything I've seen about Arma I've been nothing but praise. I have not seen many negative things about Arma or its devs.
Maybe it's different now, but when I used to play a lot of Arma and stuff, that was kind of the consensus of like the devs are kind of like bad at. I mean, there's a reason why we don't have Arma 4. It's such an outdated game, and they refuse to make a lot of things better.
Well, they released Arma on the console before they released Arma 4.
How far back is your knowledge on Arma?
I technically been playing Arma since like
no. I mean, like, I'm more like recent terms of Arma. Like,
recent? Dude, it's been years since I've played Arma again. I think the last time I technically played I was just gonna play like the campaign of it.
Okay.
Again.
So that explains a lot. So recently they actually are working on Arma 4. They've been officially announced.
I'm gonna look this shit up.
The newest engine. It's called
Cap.
It's called Arma Reforged, not Reforged. It's Arma something, which is a tech demo for their newest Arma game, which they are making in their newest engine.
Cap.
They released that on console.
Yeah. So there is a new Arma game. They are indeed working on it. They have not. And the modders, they say in the video, like, literally, I haven't watched the video. It's such a good video. It's an hour long.
Wait, you said Arma Reforged?
I think it's called Reforged.
Or Reforger.
Reforger, that's what it was. Arma Reforger, which that is Arma 3, but in the newest engine of Arma.
It has mixed reviews, my guy.
Yeah, because it's new. And see, okay, so the reason why is because that is a tech demo of the engine of itself. So that's the people who make Arma, that's them pitching to their investors, like, hey, look, this is our newest engine. We're going to make the next Arma game. And they might not keep updating this Arma, and that's why people have mixed reviews on it. It looks great. The newest Arma game looks great. The new graphical engine update, everything looks fucking clean. It's just it's not polished enough from the modding scene, so that's why people aren't moving over yet. But anyways, back to the Arma and whatnot. It's so cool. Like it's really cool. And I'm like, I know you probably won't do it, but I might learn more about it, and I might try to make a map in Arma because it looks really fun.
Yeah, I mean, go for it if you're all down for it.
And I'll be the DM.
I don't know. I've given up. I've given up on fucking Arma stuff a while ago.
It looks cool. It looks fun. I would like to join at the minimum. I would like to join one of these events and then play through it, and I'll learn. It'll be cool.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, if that's what you want.
I just loved how similar it was to actual D&D, but like in physical video game form and playing through it yourself. That's why I found like super cool about it. Like imagine.
Or do you know
what?
I was gonna say, do you know what's a game that actually lets you actually play a D&D game that's way better at it? Divinity.
I don't know about Divinity.
Yes, you can create your own custom maps and interactive stuff in Divinity. So before I was really getting into like Roll20 or like D&D Beyond, I was wanting us to get Divinity just so we can play like D&D in a video game.
Like original Divinity?
No, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, but no, I mean, that's not D&D. That's different.
Yes, you can literally build a D&D thing in Divinity, and it actually has the stuff for it. My God. Look it up. I actually was gonna have us play D&D in that.
The reason why I say no is because once I learned more about Divinity Original Sin 2, like that's not it. It's very, very different because of like how the mechanics work and everything. Like once I learned how to play this game, like literally Divinity, the best class in the game is a fucking archer, stealth archer. It's Skyrim all over again, Ivan.
It's always Skyrim.
It's always Skyrim.
At the molecular level, it's all goes down to Skyrim.
It's just stealth archer, and you just one-shot stuff. Like once I learn more about this, it's like,
you can still change a lot of stuff. You don't actually have to use the Divinity mechanics of things. You can change a lot of stuff. I don't know. In my eyes, no matter how good you can make your Arma thing, Divinity, or even I don't know if you can do the same thing in Baldur's Gate. But
watch the video.
It's always going to be better.
Watch the video at the minimum for me, please. I beg you. And then you may not or may not change your mind. I just want you to see it because it's a good video. It's a good video.
It's like with any game that we've ever played. Like I always find this funny. Actually, funny enough, is that I get into all of these games like decades before you do, and then you start playing it, and then you just get like, I guess you go further because I never go like that far into it. But like the same thing with like TF2, whatever. I played that game first. I played the shit ton of it first. I stopped playing it. You got into it.
And now you don't even know how to rocket jump, which is wild.
And I know how to rocket jump.
I don't know about the key. You do a basic jump map on TF2? I doubt it.
I've never done a jump map, but I do know how to rocket jump. Man, but it's also been a long time since I played TF2.
That's crazy.
But the same thing, another thing was Planet Side. I used to play the shit ton of that. Used to play it with Reed, I believe. And then I played on PC. And then I stopped playing it because Planet Side's bad. And then and then you got into it.
Still play
You're
it.
still upset. I mean, you still played Planet Side, right?
Yep. Every Sunday I play with my squad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess now we got the Arma stuff. I used to play a lot back in the day, and then I stopped because Arma's actually not that good. And
because you're not playing it this way.
It's not that good. Y'all are clutching on to the last dying carcass of what Arma is. It's such an unfinished game.
Is still a turd.
Yeah, it's still such an unfinished game. But I guess in terms of like you wanting to, mod it and then do a bunch of other stuff, I guess that's good. But Arma by itself is not good. There are better.
In your purity is literally the only game you ever decide to mod is fucking Skyrim. You're very picky when it comes
Minecraft.
Minecraft doesn't exist, Ivan. And modded Minecraft is the only thing that exists. Base Minecraft does not exist.
Regular.
Like
that's true.
You and your video games are like, oh, no, we cannot add mods. We have to play it pure. Can't add anything fun or anything that fixes the game. No, it has to be pure.
I think I mod more of my games than you. I mean, not anymore, but back before I got on, I mean, you can still mod on Linux. I just don't try anymore because I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, I think I've modded more games than you have. You've only done TF2, Arma, I guess now. PlanetSide, maybe? No,
you
just
can't
added
mod
the configs for
that.
that.
Yeah, we added configs for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not really modding, but TF2 and Arma. All the single player games I've ever played, I modded. We got like The Witcher,
Divinity. You don't mod that. I played modded Divinity. We can get into semantics. We can get into semantics and go into detail.
Let's do
it. No. We're not doing that. We're gonna. It's gonna be. We're already 42 minutes into this podcast. We're gonna stretch it out to 2 hours. I'm good. But anyways, yeah. Arma, cool. Military D&D. Yeah. That's all I wanted to bring up. That's cool. You guys have your D&D, your actual D&D.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say, okay, last thing, because I'm not trying to like really shit on Arma because people are finding it fun, so good on them. But my final thing, horrible military shooter, but I guess good modding.
It's a sandbox. It's not really. It's a sim.
It's still.
It's not supposed to be.
It is a sim. It is a sim, but it's a military sim, my guy.
Okay. I haven't played the game enough, so I can't agree on if it's a terrible military sim or whatnot.
Literally, Bohemia, the creators of it, if you look at the description, it's called a massive military sandbox.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a military sandbox. It's horrible at that, but because they're better games. But that's the last thing I'll say. I'm not trying to shit on it that much, but I'm just saying it's a bad military sim. That's why I stopped playing it, because it's so unfinished, so unpolished. But people are finding goodness in this turd, which is good.
All right. Well, then in other video game news, real quick, do you also have anything? I have like 2 things, and that's literally it.
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck Activision Blizzard.
So first, fuck Activision Blizzard. They suck donkey dick. Anyways, and the first update is that TF2 Classic is officially coming to Steam finally. So that's cool. The people who have been developing that have not openly published it.
Wait. TF2 Classic, or are you talking about TF Classic?
I think it's TF2 Classic.
Okay. I only heard of TF Classic before. What's classic about TF2?
Well, it's called TF2 Classic.
Is it just like when it was first released kind of classic stuff? Like before updates?
It's like a modified version of TF2. Yeah, it's kind of like back what
makes it classic?
But old.
Yeah. It's basically like before old. They added unlockable weapons and all that. They added it's a bunch of people who it's not officially affiliated with Steam, but it's a bunch of people just like, hey, we love this game. We want to bring it back to its old self and bring back old stuff like the there was originally a hidden class called the Civilian, where he does not deal any damage. Well, he does deal damage. He's just really shit at it. He's more like a support buffing class like the medic is. Like the medic can deal damage, but he's not supposed to, that kind of deal. So that's officially coming to Steam in 2025. So that's cool. Another thing is that Monster Hunter Wilds is coming out today, on this day of the release, Friday the 20th.
I thought it was already out.
Nope, it's not. The betas have been coming out, and I've been playing them. But officially, it's coming out on the 28th, Friday the 28th, which is literally today of this posting.
Yeah, for me, I swear I thought it already came out, because I've just been seeing so much shit online about how it's actually really good.
It is.
Yeah, it's people playing the beta.
Yeah, I've been playing the beta. Dude,
No, but it didn't seem like it was the beta.
No, it was the beta. It was 100% the beta, because I played nearly 20 hours in the beta, literally just hunting 3 monsters over and over again. Which, by the way, you get nothing. Nothing for hunting these monsters. Like, you see all these...
Axel having schizophrenia.
Dude, I love this game. It's so much fun. I cannot wait to play it. I am not pre-ordering. I'm actually going to wait maybe 2 days after it's released, because, I've been having issues on Linux, and I don't want to buy the game. I'm not sure if I said this on the podcast yet, but I would say this to literally everyone I know, is that I had issues launching the game and running the game on Linux. if that happens to me, the same way Helldivers happened to me, where it kept crashing, I couldn't play the game, I'm going to burn out and not have fun. And I do not want that to happen for Monster Hunter, because this series has been yes to me. Like, I fucking love this series, and I don't want that to happen to me.
Yes.
Is it? Was there any stuff on ProtonDB?
Yeah. So, I mean, the only solution I found out was during the beta, what I had to do was I had to go to properties, compatibility. No. I had to go to Proton Experimental specifically, go to that, go to betas, and then had to set it to bleeding edge for Proton Experimental. And then enable that, and then go back to Wilds beta, enable Proton Experimental since it's now the bleeding edge version. And then for I don't know what wizardry, now it allowed me to play without crashing. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna wait a couple days to see what people figure out how to play the game on Linux at least, and then I'll play the game.
Yeah.
So I'm holding.
I mean, the beauty of Linux stuff, like especially nowadays with the Linux gaming, is that well, I guess I don't know how it is with betas, because right now there is a beta, but for most games, like I think the statistic of like last year, like most of the games on day one were ready for Linux, and people didn't really have to wait. So yeah, you might just need to wait when it actually officially releases for them to be a good
and like I said, they've stated in this that the beta is their worst version of the build, not the final version of the build.
Yeah.
They were mainly just doing these tests for like server and see how people's computers were handling the current beta. I will say, when the first beta released and the last beta that's released, the performance has improved immensely, I will say, because they were like, okay, let's release the slightly better version that we made before. And then they're like,
it's as if a beta is used to make a product better.
Yeah, it's almost like that. And people are like,
that?
People are like, oh no, dude, that's the final product. I'm like, are you an idiot? Why would the final product?
Well, I mean, usually nowadays with games, whatever, the beta, there's not much more that they would do. Like a lot of companies don't actually do a whole lot more after the beta.
Yeah.
So, but it's good that the Monster Hunter people, whoever makes it, Capcom. What is it, Square Enix or whatever the fuck?
Capcom makes this.
Or Capcom, yeah. It's good that they're actually, using a beta to make something better.
To be fair, Wilds is their cash cow, and every year they've made a new Monster Hunter game. They always try to improve, unlike most game studios. So I put my faith in them. Maybe not my full wallet, but I do put my faith in them to at least, improve upon and like try to fix things.
Yeah.
So that's positive news on that. I don't really have any more gaming stuff that I can think of or have gotten down.
Yeah. So I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Loaded Potato Podcast. So thank you all for watching or listening, depending on how you consume our podcast. Check the description down below for all of our links to stuff, and hopefully one day I will get back on that Odyssey grind to upload all of our previous episodes.
Exit down.
But yeah, do y'all have anything else to say before we go?
I think hot dogs are disgusting.
Hot dogs are amazing. Fuck you. I'm going to go buy some more right now.
Monster Hunter right now. It's out. Go buy it. It's hopefully not shit.
By the time this is released, on Friday.
It'll already be out, so go buy it.
Go buy it. It's good. But yeah, with that being said, that's going to do it. So we will see y'all in the next episode.
See you later.
Bye.